to share her presentation first. So just give me a second. So you should have control now, Kate.
Let me just test that.
I think it might be a little bit of a lag. Yeah, perfect.
Great. Thank you, Ian. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kate Bassett and I'm a sales account manager here at Bluesky, and it's a pleasure to be with you all this morning. First of all, just want to have a quick look at what Bluesky do and give you an overview. So Bluesky is the UK and Ireland's leading commercial aerial survey company. We've been capturing and analysing airborne data since 2003, creating a range of high-resolution data products at national scale across UK and the Republic of Ireland. Bluesky supply aerial imagery and height data to the UK government as part of the APGB contract. And in May this year, we were acquired by Woolpert, a global architecture, engineering and geospatial firm. Woolpert's backing strengthens Bluesky's ability to invest in innovation, expand our data offerings and scale our services. It's a great strategic fit as Bluesky brings deep UK and Ireland expertise, while Woolpert offers global reach and technical leadership. We work across many sectors, from government to utilities to insurers, providing aerial photography, LiDAR, oblique imagery and more to enable their business to link location-based information directly to business-critical decision-making. So this slide is just having a look at the product and services we offer. I won't have time to go through all of them today, but today I'd like to focus on our aerial photography, our photometric height data and our vegetation data sets. So starting with aerial photography, it's at the heart of what we do at Bluesky. It's our bread and butter, really. We capture all of Great Britain at a minimum resolution of 12.5 centimetres. In simple terms, that means that each pixel represents 12.5 centimetres on the ground. Bluesky's imagery is captured using fixed-wing aircrafts, like the one in the picture here, sitting perfectly between drones and satellite, which facilitates both wide area capture and higher resolution imagery. In the UK, we lease multiple aircrafts that are strategically based at Birmingham Airport for quick deployment. But it isn't just about the high resolution, it's about the accuracy as well. And all of our 12.5 centimetre aerial photography goes through a process called true ortho rectification. This process removes the distortion caused from the camera lens and the curvature of the Earth, ensuring the imagery is perfectly aligned with the real world landscape. And we achieve this by collecting precise ground points all over Great Britain. Historically, we captured on a 3-year cycle. We are now working hard to increase this to every 2 years, and this currency is unmatched by any other UK supplier. Plus, I must mention, we have 5 centimetre aerial imagery for urban areas, which we are committed to expanding, and we've captured over 2,000 square kilometres of new 5 centimetre imagery this flying season. There we go. Just a quick look at a case study of our imagery here. So this is with Derby Homes, and it's a great case study on how they were using our imagery to fight against climate change. So Derby Homes is using Bluesky's aerial photography to identify suitable roof coverings for integrated solar PV systems across their housing stock. The project assessed more than 8,000 addresses to consider size, pitch, aspect, existing furniture and any infringing vegetation. Using its high-resolution imagery, Bluesky was able to determine the suitability of each property, measure the number of solar panels the address could accommodate and calculate potential outputs so Derby Homes could install solar PVs on initial batch of trial properties. Oh, I think I might go one too far there. Sorry, there we go. Quick look at our photogrammetric height data. So in case you aren't familiar, digital surface model, the DSM represents the first surface. So I like to think of that as if you were dropping a big sheet over everything you see and it falls on buildings, roofs, trees and vegetation. That's what the DSM captures. It's the full built and natural environment. And then if you were to remove those ground features, what remains is the digital terrain model. So that's the Earth surface, which shows the true ground level, so free from buildings, trees, and any other obstructions. Both of these data sets are created using our high aerial photography, which means you get highly accurate, detailed information on buildings and the land that they sit on. So for housing associations, this data is particularly powerful as it can help with assessing building heights and roof shapes for solar potential, just like we saw with the Derby Homes case study. Also understanding roof aspect and orientation, so vital for renewable energy planning or maintenance programs. Planning estate improvements such as the drainage, access routes and landscaping. The DTM is available at 5-metre intervals, while the DSM is captured at a finer 25 centimetre resolution, giving you the detail you need for both strategic planning and on-the-ground asset management. So just to summarise, Bluesky height data provides housing associations with actionable insight to support better decision-making around asset management, sustainability and community development. So moving on now to our vegetation data set. So a lot of you on this call might be already familiar with our national tree map, or what we call NTM. NTM is the most detailed national tree data set ever produced, covering England, Wales, Scotland and the Republic of Ireland. It provides precise information on the location, height and the canopy extents of all trees 3 metres or higher. The dataset is built from our high-resolution aerial photography, our terrain and surface data, which we've just looked at, and our colour infrared imagery, processed using innovative techniques to deliver accuracy and detail at scale. So for housing associations, this data has direct practical applications such as estate management, so identifying trees close to buildings, boundaries or infrastructure, risk assessment, so supporting compliance and safety checks around tree height, spread and potential impact on residents or assets, maintenance planning, so prioritising tree works, monitoring growth and planning for long-term management, plus environmental and sustainability goals, so measuring canopy cover across estates, supporting biodiversity initiatives and contributing to green space planning. NTM is already being used by insurers, utilities, local authorities and planners, and NTM provides housing associations with a powerful tool to better manage their assets, reduce risk and enhance the living environment for residents. I do have a case study here that I'd like to talk through briefly. This is with Wessex Water, who serves 2.9 million customers across the southwest. Their challenge was that after the 2024 National Tree Safety Guidance, Wessex Water needed a clear policy for managing trees on its land, particularly near high-use zones such as railways, roads, schools and public areas. Existing data wasn't accurate or objective enough to meet the strict safety requirements, so the solution was, by using Bluesky's national tree map data, Wessex Water built a dashboard mapping trees across their land, split into 3 use zones. So this allowed them to quickly identify high priority trees and focus resources where risks are greatest. So the result was, by combining NTM data, so the tree height, location and canopy extent, with their land use zones, Wessex Water gained a full picture of potential risks. This targeted approach saved time, reduced costs and ensures survey efforts focus on the highest risk areas. So early last year, we launched the National Hedgerow Map, or NHM for short, and it's the only hedgerow map available that can accurately measure the volume of a hedge and therefore the carbon captured. Historically, hedgerow maps have not offered the volumetric measurement, but the polygons within the NHM enable this, in addition to providing length and height attributes. Created from our high resolution aerial photography, our terrain and surface data and colour infrared imagery, using innovative processing techniques, NHM is an ideal tool to support initiatives happening nationally to create new hedgerows and, more importantly, restore the existing ones. NHM means you can accurately assess where current gaps are, all from your desktop, informing reparation projects. NHM can be used for various applications, including hedgerow monitoring and management, hedgerow restoration projects, habitat monitoring and analysis, and much more. So innovation is in our DNA at Bluesky, and we don't only provide information as to what is there, but also why it matters. And I wanted to briefly talk to you about our new change detection product, which is a spatial intelligent product that reveals how and where our landscape is changing. So from tree loss to new hard standing to shift in vegetation health. Built from Bluesky's exclusive aerial imagery and NTM data, the change detection product shows green to grey change plus canopy change, which is perfect for use in planning, drainage and flooding analysis plus urban greening. And we're also looking to continue to innovate in other areas. We're working with the University of Leicester on a knowledge transfer partnership with an aim to identify species using our aerial imagery, NTM data and AI. Plus, we're always looking to improve our data sets, such as looking at better processes for segmentation and delineation of our NTM. Plus, I can share with you something hot off the press. We're looking to launch an NTM Plus and an NTM Risk. So NTM Plus adds contextual intelligence, which means the data not only shows where the tree is, but also the environmental and land use context it sits in. And the NTM Risk adds hazard and impact intelligence, which shows how trees interact with people, property and infrastructure, helping clients manage liability and resilience. So I just want to finish on our GeoStream service, which is our subscription service. This is a great way to access the data you need instantly. We have two sort of flavors of GeoStream. There's GeoStream Viewer, which is a web-based application for visualizing our data, which is ideally for non-GIS users. And then we have GeoStream Direct, which feeds the data you need directly into your own GIS environment via API. Via GeoStream Direct, you can get access to our 12.5 national imagery plus our 5 centimetre urban imagery, our national tree map, our photogrammetric DSM and DTM. And the key benefits is one central data source for company-wide use, no local storage needed, and the feeds, the APIs are continuously refreshed, so you always get the most up-to-date data. That's it from me, Ian. Thank you. I'll hand it back to you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Kate. That's really good. Thank you for going through that. There's lots of different data sets available, which is great. So just to touch on, I've got one of these after each partner, but just to go on kind of provide an example of kind of where we've helped organisations. So CHP invested in National Tree Map to better understand the risk to their assets from trees. So the goal was to identify not just the trees on their land, but also trees on neighbouring properties that could impact their own assets. So the managed service team conducted a spatial analysis that created two distinct layers which then went into their Esri system. So the layers were trees within 20 metres of CHP assets, and then trees overhanging CHP land registry boundaries, so they could see where the neighbouring trees were. So in addition to the maps, they also received a detailed spreadsheet listing each asset at risk. And the information allowed CHP to be proactive in managing the risk of trees falling or being uprooted due to extreme weather. And by identifying potential hazards in advance, they've mitigated it against damage to their assets and prevented service disruption as well. Okay, so with that, what I'm going to do now is I'm now